Can't even tell if I'm on. Jane went with me to get my tattoo. I think I'm supposed to take it off now, right? It did kind of hurt. Oh, okay. You guys are here. Give me like a heart or like just so I know. Well, okay, maybe I'm not taking that off because it stuck to the hair on my arm. Hey, cat, I did it. Okay, so, it's funny. I wanted to share, like, I was going to do this in a post, and then I was like, F it, I'm just going to go live and talk about this. So, I think a lot of people, or maybe it's just like my own limiting beliefs or whatever, is like, why is this 45-year-old woman shaving the back of her head and getting her first tattoo, right? Like, it seems weird. And, like, part of me is like, what is wrong with me? Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. But, like, God damn, that hurts. So I wanted to just kind of share, like, so I do myofascial release, and I had this conversation with my friend Niall. She does myofascial release on me. And I've been doing it for about a year. And she has this, like, beautiful arm sleeve tattoo that, I really, like, admire. Like, I really think it's pretty. And it suits her. And I said to her a couple weeks ago, I was like, I love that, but I would never do that. And I kind of look like I'm naked here. And she was like, I don't agree with you. And basically, like, what she helped me realize is, so for those of you that don't know, like, I was suffering from breast implant illness. All last year it got really bad. I'd had breast implants for 22 years. And I'd had them so long and not felt so good for so long that I didn't even realize that, like, I was as sick as I was. And so last December, so I guess coming up on 8 months ago, I removed them. I made the decision to get rid of my breast implants. And that was like, there was a lot of like internal work that came along with that decision. Like, you're basically like bucking society's norm of what's beautiful, and choosing to do something, for your own personal reasons. And I think with that transformation and that decision to actually go ahead with that surgery, I had like a lot of like, internal shifts, which sort of came about, like, basically, like, I'm going to do what makes me feel good, and I'm not going to worry anymore about what other people think. And so it was really, like, transformative. And with that, like, sort of, like, stepping into, like, and figuring out who am I, who is Joy as a person, what do I want? Like, there's been a lot of me figuring that stuff out, like, this past year. And doing things that I like, that make me happy, and learning what those things are. And part of that was like, I decided to shave my head. My family hates it. Like, my parents, my husband, my kids, they're like, please grow that out. And I'm like, no, I like it. Like, I like it. And that's really all that matters. And that's what I want to teach my kids, is that if they like something, that's all that matters. And so I think sort of like the same thing with the whole concept of tattoos is, there seems to be like two different camps. And ultimately, I think like what I decided was, F what everybody else thinks. This is something that I wanted to do for myself. And so it's been really kind of neat stepping into that. So that's like number one. But then number two is my daughter said something to me. She's 8. And she said something to me a couple weeks ago that, man, it like totally rattled me. She's like, Mommy, are you 44? And I said, no, I'm 45. And, my grandfather and my grandmother died when they were 90. So she was like, oh, you have another 45 years to live. And the way she said that, like, sometimes it's just, something just strikes you. And I was like, wow, like, I have a whole nother life ahead of me, a whole nother freaking life, like 45 years. Like, what do I want to do with that? What am I going to do with my time? And so, when I think about the concept of like midlife crisis, like, it's not really like a crisis in a bad way, but it definitely has me reevaluating like what I'm doing, what makes me happy, things like that. And like, you know, we get one life. What do you want to do with it? And do I want to like sit back and worry about what everybody else thinks of me and like do what everybody else tells me I should do, or so what society thinks I should do? Or am I going to like get out there and live the life that I want to live? Like I've always, you know, the reason why I've been skydiving and traveled the world and you know, like all sorts of things. Like I had a bucket list of what I wanted to do. Like when I die, I want to be able to like lay my head back and be like, not a shoulda, woulda, coulda, but like, okay, like I did what I wanted to do. Like I lived the life that I wanted. And that's all I want for my kids. That's what I want to teach my kids. And I don't know. So yeah. Can you see it? Oh. All right, so that's a problem. Nobody else can see it, but it says abundance. Arrgh! You can't see it. All right, anyway, but it says abundance on my arm, and it makes me happy, and I don't care what anyone else thinks, which is like really cool, and it's too bad that it took me till I was 45 to get to this point, but better late than never, right? So I just want to share with you, like, no, I have not lost my ever-loving mind. I think, if anything, like, I'm just sort of like getting my shit together finally. So thanks for all the love, you guys. It's super fun, and I don't think I'm done. So if you guys want to, you know, you have tattoo ideas, send them to me. I'd love to see. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.